Hi guys, welcome back to Runda in sunny Nairobi. My name is Mwenesi Musalia, curator of Fine Places and Spaces, and today I am here to give you guys a progress update on the house that we looked at in Runda a couple of months back. Guys, I don't know if you can see the detail of the finishing here. Alex tells me that there's still quite a bit more to go so that it can come out exactly the way the picture of the client wanted. From the last time I was here to today, there is so much that has happened. We had just a brief overview of what features would be existing on the landscaping side. So I would like to show you guys a little bit more detail in terms of what new features in this project currently exist. Looking behind me, there is this new and improved staircase, which if you notice on the sides, guys, there are some wires and pipes that are coming out through there because the entire garden area has been improved in terms of both irrigation, wiring, and lighting fixtures. So underneath the ground here where the grass and the rest of the planted sites exist are wires and plumbing features and drainage features as well that enhance and actually help the functionality of some of the designs that you see around me. So this stairs was newly improved. Remember guys, there was this gazebo feature that has completely changed, and this will kind of be an outhouse where the family can move and have a complete experience in terms of both a kitchenette, toilets and changing rooms, a lounging area, and on top there will be a fully glass enhanced facility where people can relax. The access to that will be via a spiral staircase, and people can actually go up there and relax. So it's almost as if it's a completely new house from scratch right outside the house. As I mentioned, that facility is complementing the swimming pool. And the swimming pool, guys, if you look at how much detail has gone into this swimming pool from the time that we saw it, this swimming pool has really been refabricated, enhanced. I anticipate that there will be some sculpture features all along the edges there, right where the fence of the swimming pool exists. The designer has also mentioned that there will be sprinkler features going into the swimming pool from the new grouting that you can see there. The swimming pool feature has changed completely. A lot of the concrete work, a lot of the drainage work that is happening there, a lot of the lighting as well that you will see there. Indeed, it will be a complementary feature to this masterpiece of a house. So from the swimming pool area to this outhouse to right here where we had that open gazebo style fireplace, this area will have some seating designs which will overlook an artificial river. I repeat, it will overlook an artificial river, curved seating all around there, where down there they will have an artificial river which will flow and provide a little bit more ambience to the people who will be sitting here enjoying themselves on the outside, as well as a barbecue and choma zone, if you will, that will be complete with plumbing, a sink, and various other amenities to equip both a fridge and a freezer, so that once you're out here, whether you're in the outhouse or you're out here in the gazebo enjoying the tranquility of the artificial river, it doesn't matter guys, you will be able to experience luxury at its best. So as you can see guys, there is a lot that has been improved in terms of the outside and the exterior of this project. From the swimming pool area to the outhouse to the gazebo features where you will have that beautiful artificial river that will be flowing down there, as well as the barbecue and choma zone. This feature that is newly developed and created is a water feature which will consist of a waterfall, and from what the interior designer has told me, there will be divers. I can't wait to see what that looks like, but there will be features of divers going into this pool, if you will. And one thing that you'll notice, guys, is there's so much plumbing and drainage that is involved here, to the extent that there will be a septic tank right down there next to the artificial river, which will be able to accommodate not just the drainage and the natural flow of water from down here, but as well as the bathroom, toilets, and other plumbing features that will exist in the outhouse and the choma area. So everything is both functional and beautiful in design. I can't wait to see what this waterfall feature is going to look like. And apparently there's going to be lights as well. As you can see, there's lots of wiring that will be here to illuminate this waterfall feature. And guys, this is what Fine Urban Interiors is all about. One thing that I would like you guys to appreciate, guys, and this came from a request from the client themselves, because there's so much happening down there, they wanted to keep this space as open and as clean as possible, just in case someone wanted to lounge and relax on this beautiful Kikuyu grass. But we had to give them a bit of a feature. And the feature that is in question here is this beautiful sculpture that was created from scratch and sculpted from scratch by Fine Urban Interiors to just give a little bit of an effect to this beautiful open space. It will have lighting, and actually some of the wiring is already in place over here. So this feature is going to be looking out onto this open space just to give it a little bit more character and a little bit more luxury. And as you can see, guys, at night when it's lit up, it's telling guys, it's time to relax, time to take in the scenery, time to enjoy ourselves. So this space, nice open, but like I said, underneath here there's a lot of irrigation, a lot of plumbing, a lot of wiring, a lot of drainage that has gone in to be able to support the landscaping features that are out there. And as you can see, there's so much activity going on, and I would like to now start to look at what else is happening as far as the interior is concerned. But before we get to the interior, I'd like us to remind ourselves of what it actually meant to reconstruct and renovate this project in terms of the entrance. Right? This entrance is a grand entrance. It wasn't always like this. In fact, when this house originally was handed over to Fine Urban Interiors, the entrance to the rear of the house was actually through here. As you can see, that was a tiny little entrance that moved from here all the way, and it was very nondescript, not very grand for the kind of house that we're looking at. And so what we've decided to do was block off that area completely and rearrange everything to make this grand entrance really stand out. The columns with the detailed molding have been added, as well as this beautiful mini patio as you enter into the main house. All of this was added and all of this was refabricated. And again, guys, you will have a lot of lighting in this house. As you can see, the wires for the lighting have already been set in place. Everywhere will be illuminated, just so that we can experience what pure luxury is all about. Two things before I go inside the main house, guys, that I wanted to draw your attention to. The first, like I said, there's been a lot of developments to this outside property in terms of the landscaping, and one of the things that has really changed is the stairway feature that comes all the way from the garden going up into the parking area and the front of the house. All of this has been reconstructed, and a lot of this, as you can see here, has been remolded to accommodate, get this, some extra illumination and lighting. So there will be lighting that is passing all the way through this stairway to be able to light it up both at night and when it's dark, so to give it that premium look of lighting and elevation as you keep going up the stairway. So this is one thing that Fine Urban Interiors really pays attention to, which is the detail of not just the staircase, but also whatever's happening outside must reflect the opulence and premium finishes inside. As well, guys, the second thing is that this work that you can see happening outside here, as far as the steel fabrication is concerned, is really going to be a part and parcel of the entire house, from the stairway and the staircase inside to the outside protection of the patio, the balcony, and other features. And I would like to speak to someone who is actually working on this right now. Fundia, yes. Good to see you, brother. I've seen that you're doing a lot of good work here. What is your good name? Kennedy Omondi. Kennedy, I've seen that you and your colleagues are working a lot on the chuma or the steel of this house. And from what I understand, this chuma is going to be used for the balcony, for the stairs. What else is this chuma going to be used for?
Tunaweza kwa balcony na stairs. Sasa hizo zote zinakuwa kama maua.
Okay. And this one that you're working on right now, I saw that your colleague was cutting it. Is this the chuma that was there from before?
No. This one is the easy. Zile zingine na replace kama zile zilikuwa.
Easy muna replace easy.
Yeah.
You're replacing these ones. And what is this that we see here?
Sasa hii ndio mpya tunatengeneza ile itakuwa kwa phase.
Ah, this is new.
Yeah, that one is new.
This one is the new design. So this one is the old design, you're making it into the new design. Aha, okay. So all this metal that existed from before was there before, and so you're changing the design to make it a new one. That's what you're busy doing here, adjusting this. Na ni ngumu sana hii. So Ebu, just show me how it works.
Ukiwa hapa unapeleka tu pole pole hivi. Pole hivi. Pole. Alafu napima. Napima kama iko equal.
To make sure that it is equal.
Sasa unapima tu kidogo. Mpaka ingie.
So that you can make these circular effects, huh? I see. So all that it's from the old one. You make it and then you bring it to now make this new shape. And therefore this new shape, it will be on the balcony and the stairs. Fantastic, Kennedy. Keep up the good work. I would come and help you, lakini niko na kazi ingine nafanya nifanye. So we're endelea. We'll catch up. Asante. So guys, as you can see, nothing has been wasted. While a lot of new developments are happening, we want to take advantage of whatever it was that was there before. We use the existing material, the existing steel that was there in the previous design, repurpose it, remold it, reshape it, and bring it into this new and improved space. So let's have a look at what's happening in the main house. So guys, where I'm standing right now is the main living room that has been redesigned as well by Fine Urban Interiors. One of the things that you notice is the extremely high ceilings. And unlike most houses where you'd find, more or less a generic gypsum design feature, a lot of the ceiling work that has been done on this house is fully customized. And one thing that the interior designer mentioned is that this client is extremely particular on the type of materials that are used. There will be a nice centerpiece chandelier that will hang from here, but all around there will be different features and different materials that will be used. It's not just your traditional gypsum, but as you can see, there are bits of wood and beading work that are going to happen up here. Obviously, we can't see it right now, but the shape of this is fully customized because there's so many different edges and corners and curves that this ceiling has to offer, just to give it a little bit more uniqueness and presence. Coming to the feature wall, guys, like I said, our client is extremely unique. They're not just going for your typical everyday generic design. This wall has actually been completely fabricated from concrete and steel. Behind this concrete is an actual steel sheet that has been elevated and pulled out so that it will allow for the TV to sit very flush. As you can see, that's the steel right there. The TV will sit flush against, guys, get this, a marble wall. So all of this huge, beautiful platform will not be your typical gypsum, but it will actually be marble. That is one thing that the client has really insisted on. So they want to have marble effect all across the wall here. So the marble will be on there. There will be lighting in between the little niches that this wall has. Right here, there will be some beading and some detailed beading that will exist. And then the granite finish that will be here at the bottom will allow for the client to place whatever ornaments, pictures, trinkets that they would like to have. Unlike the usual where you have, bits of shelving against the wall, this area here will contain a lot of that display area as well. The fireplace, as you can see, guys, this area will have a fireplace, and One thing that the interior designer made sure that I must mention is that the same diving features that we saw, that we are going to see in the waterfall out there, where we'll have divers diving into the pool, here we will have skydivers. Yes, we will have skydivers diving into the fireplace. Moving from this feature wall, guys, I must tell you that a lot of work has gone into the transformation of this living space. Before, there was a bit of uniformity in terms of the curvature. There was a curve over there and another curve over here, and you weren't quite sure, are you going into the kitchen, are you going into the entrance or the exit, or are you going into the dining room? So what Fine Urban Interiors has done is they've created a lot more uniformity in terms of the space usage, so that now you can actually have a couch right here where I'm standing, and behind me, behind this couch area, what they've actually done is they've provisioned for a space where you will have a full-fledged aquarium all the way on here, to just create a bit of a partition between the living space and the dining space. So the intention here is for an aquarium about the size of almost to the top of that wall, that ceiling up there. The aquarium is going to start all the way up here, come this way and back down. And when you come and look at here, guys, there are some provisions for drainage, piping, as well as plumbing that have been created for this massive aquarium. I can't wait to see what that looks like. And that is going to provide not just a partition, but a beautiful effect between the dining room and the living room. And because it's an aquarium and it's water, you'll be able to see through the space and provide a little bit more depth and uniqueness to this space. So from the aquarium, moving all the way through here, you can see nice clean lines where you have this wall, and then the stairway leading up to either the kitchen area, leading up to the stairs to go upstairs, as well as leading up to the entrance and the other rooms on the side there as well. This living space has been repurposed and redesigned to be beautiful and functional at the same time. So moving from the living space to the dining will not be as easy as this, because remember, guys, this will be an aquarium. It's just that I cannot step on the stairways, on the staircase that has been developed now, because it's still fresh cement, it's still wet. So this area will be completely blocked off. There will be an aquarium here instead of the usual feature wall. So from the aquarium into the dining space, we'll have nice, beautiful seating here, customized as well. As we all know, that's what Fine Urban Interiors is all about, as well as the nice high ceilings. They want to add a glass and mirror effect to the top of this, so that while you eat, while the chandelier is hanging down, you'll be able to look up and see a little bit more space and depth that will be created by a mirror finish at the top of this ceiling, which is quite unique, again, in terms of design and effect. So moving out from the dining area, we can see that we can have access to the dining area through here. And this access, where I'm standing right now, remember, guys, this area was blocked off. We weren't quite sure what was happening here, but this is now nice and open to allow us to we can move from the dining area, walk all the way up to go upstairs. We can move from the dining area, walk around and go to the exit, and we can move from the dining area into this beautiful open plan kitchen. This kitchen, guys, is one of a kind, because it's actually this is the first kitchen of a two-part kitchen scenario. The finishing on this kitchen has been completely done. All the cabinets and everything have been removed and will be replaced by a premium finish. As you can see, the tiling is very, very unique and extremely premium, because this kind of finish, this African stone finish that has been done all over the kitchen wall, is adding a little bit more depth and uniqueness to the kitchen. So this kitchen, like I said, is the first of a two-part kitchen. This open plan style will be where the normal cooking will happen. There'll be a normal stove. There's a bit of plumbing there, the sinks and so on. But in case there are many more guests and there's going to be some entertaining or some extra catering that is required, we have a second kitchen that, again, guys, if you come and have a look at this kitchen, what's happening here is the entire kitchen has been redone. A lot of the walls were not even, so there was a need to reconstruct some of this walls from scratch. they needed to first break this whole wall down and redo it again so that the tiling could come in very, very nice. As you can see, this tile will be the same tile that will go all across there. So in case we have a lot of entertaining that we want to do and that kitchen is not big enough to accommodate, this will be almost like a commercial style kitchen. And for us Africans, we know that we like to host and entertain, so in case we want to cook some of our more traditional foods, if we want to have a bit more outdoor type of cooking or whatever it is, this space is sufficient enough to be able to do that. Moving from this kitchen, let's go and have a look at what else is happening in the rest of the house. So guys, as you can see, a lot has been done there. A lot is still happening here. This is the laundry and doby area leading up to the servants' quarters. That is currently being developed again, and I can see that tiling has already begun over there. Guest bathroom. And moving to my right here, we remember that there was this staircase that was being developed, and now the steel fabrication that is happening outside there is going to complement this area quite nicely to go all the way around this spiral staircase right up to the top. This space is visible from the entrance, it's visible from the staircase, and it's visible from the living room as well. So this area will have beautiful mirror finishing as well, and nice ornaments and maybe a credenza or so, in case you want to put something here, maybe a coat rack or whatever it is. Coming through this area, there is going to be an office through here or a spare room depending on what the client wants to do. But one thing that they did request was a library, a place where they could actually have books and a study type of situation where they can relax, read a book and take in the scenery. And that's one of the features I wanted us to look at, because it was a special request from the client to have a specific place for their books, and that is something that has been repurposed here. This beforehand was just a simple plain wall, but now what has changed is they've completely redone this space to accommodate shelving. As you can see here, there will be shelving that will be up against there so that their books and other items will be in place there. There might be a TV or a display area right here, and this space might be some extra storage. But what gets me about this space, this library space, is that you get to experience and enjoy a lot of the amenities outside there. It overlooks the garden, it overlooks the pool, and while you're sitting here, you can pay attention to who's coming and going. But again, very, very nice detailing by Fine Urban Interiors to accommodate a client's special request. So down here, guys, besides this library, there's an office, there's another room, but there's so much activity going on, and I wouldn't want to keep us here for too long. So from here, I'd like us to move upstairs and see what other developments are happening upstairs as we continue to give you a progress update on this fantastic house renovation. So guys, as I move through this house and I give you a progress update, I must remind you that there's so much that is happening that you cannot see, that it has already been done underneath. When you see the finishing as it is right now, there's so much else that has happened underneath. For example, this pipe that is moving all the way from the outside, coming through and moving underneath the staircase, underneath the living room into that section. Remember the aquarium that we spoke about that the client is going to have? This pipe is going to accommodate that amount of water that will be feeding both the aquarium, and another one will be used as outflow and drainage for the aquarium. So it's not just about the exterior finishing, but also what's happening underneath. And this is why, guys, it is important to remember that whenever you're doing a construction project, please involve the interior designer from the beginning. Involve the interior design team, because they have an understanding of what the finished product will look like and what is required to support some of the finishes that you're looking for. So understand that there's a lot of wiring, a lot of plumbing, a lot of piping that is happening underneath that we cannot see, but is both functional and useful for the purposes of this project. Perhaps we can now start to look at what's happening upstairs. Again, there will be some steel remolding that will be here across this railing. We must remember that a lot of the railing that was here originally will be replaced by what we saw being fabricated out there, just so that it can complement the design of this house. And as we come up the staircase, we must appreciate that this staircase, the landing of this area is not like any other landing. While we will have the protective barrier of the steel all around this space that I'm standing on currently, I'd like to draw your attention to the amount of wall space that exists right across there. We see these beautiful cathedral style windows, and one thing the designer has made sure that we must mention is that, as you can see down there, there's a lot of space on that wall, and what will be added will be similar window style designs that will have an effect of continuity, so that instead of just having the one, the middle and the other one, we're going to add maybe 2 or 3 more that will continue the effect of cathedral style windows. And right as you can see there are provisions for lighting, so that whole area will be lit up to give you that premium effect of cathedral style illumination. So if we remember how this room looked like in the previous video, this whole area was very small, and this was a solid wall leading into a bathroom slash toilet situation. So this place has really been opened up, and as you can see, some louvered effects have been created here to give it a bit more space. The beginnings of the ceiling have been started, and we anticipate that this space will be used as probably a gym or an office for the client. He hasn't decided that yet, but what we want to point out is the fact that this area, which used to be a bathroom slash toilet, has now been completely opened to be able to gain access to the balcony area right outside here. So from what used to be a solid block of wall right here where the toilet used to be, is now an access point into this amazing balcony. And again, guys, that steel fabrication that we saw happening outside will continue all the way around here, just so that we can have now a functional space, because before there was no way to access this balcony. It was completely blocked off and sealed off, and now we have a nice open area which you can put, you know, whatever it is that you want to put here. You can put a seating space, you can sit here, you can relax, you have access and views to your driveway, to the parking lot, you can experience the rest of the neighborhood. And in the morning, if you want to take a break from your workout, you can sit here, relax, enjoy your cup of coffee, and really experience the functionality and the beauty that proper interior design can give you. So guys, as I was walking up through the front of the house and I was seeing a lot of the activity, I couldn't help but notice that there's a lot of sculpting that is happening around here. And I remember that our interior designer said that a lot of sculptures would be featured around the pool area and some other areas of the house. And so I'm joined here by one of the chief sculptors of this project, ndugu yangu. Welcome. Your good name?
Alex Karanja.
Alex Karanja.
Yeah.
Alex, you seem to have a group of fundis here who are doing some sculpting. Alex, tell us, what exactly does it take to be able to create some of the sculpted pieces that we have seen? For example, I've seen the one that is there on the garden, the one which has the guy doing like this. What does it actually take to be able to create that kind of sculpture?
We started creating sculptures kulingana na the environment ya hapa. Sasa mwenyewe akafanya order, anataka sculptures za kuweka mahali anataka. Kama sasa hii ni ya swimming pool, pale gym, kuna ya garden, na kuna ya gate, lions mbili.
There will be 2 lions at the gate.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. And what type of rock is this? Ini mawe ya aina gani?
Soapstone.
This is soapstone.
Yeah.
Soapstone munaitoa wapi?
Kisii.
Hii imetoka Kisii?
Yeah, all the way mpaka Nairobi.
So inakuja aje, because obviously haikuji hivyo.
Hii soapstone huwa inamainiwa kutoka chini. Alafu means of transport tunaibeba kutoka Kisii mpaka huku. Hey, you guys are not serious. So guys, this is an example of one of the finished sculptures done by Alex and his amazing team of sculptors. This is one of the lions, one of 2 lions that will be at the entrance of this gate. And guys, I don't know if you can see the detail of the finishing here. Alex tells me that there's still quite a bit more to go so that it can come out exactly the way the picture of the client wanted. But as you can see, it is clearly a lion. The smooth finishes, the edges, I don't even know how they've managed to get it to this point. He says it takes about 3 weeks to be able to construct something of this nature, and this is super impressive. To get it from a rock a soapstone rock all the way from Kisii to be this type of finishing is something that is truly amazing. And what else do you expect from Fine Urban Interiors but detail, luxury, opulence? So there's so much other construction that is happening in this project, but I want us to leave it there for now. Obviously, we are all waiting to see what the finished product is going to look like. 1.5 months from now, I'm sure it's going to be something that we will marvel at. Keep it here, keep it at Fine Urban Interiors. Thank you for watching. My name is Mwenesi Musalea, curator of Fine Places and Spaces. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful progress update from sunny Nairobi in Runda.